Hi, I'm Janelle Molony, and I am checking out today Fort Fetterman, a division of the Wyoming State Parks and Cultural Resources. And behind me, we're looking over towards, I guess you would be going down La Prairie Creek, towards the North Platte River. And right across the North Platte River was a key place where immigrants in 1864 were attacked by Northern Plains Indians during the Platte River Raids. And we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get out that way. I think it's snowman weather today.
No, it's still nice.
La Prairie.
Or La Prairie.
La Prairie.
Okay, if you want, but I say La Prairie.
Do I get like an allowance for not being a local?
No, and I mean, they hear so many different things, they're not going to say anything anyway. And
for those watching, don't correct me. I've been told 5 different pronunciations. I don't know.
And then when you hear that, to me, the local enunciation is correct.
Well, while we're out here, I've got a great story to tell you. In 1864, on July 14th, the Pella Company wagon train, being led by Nicholas Earp, famous father of Wyatt Earp, they had come down the Kinstry Ridge into the north bend of the North Platte River to this beautiful green patch. And they thought that after being attacked on July 12 during the Platte River Raids, that they were done being attacked. But they were still a little bit wary and shaken up, especially Nicholas Earp. So when they camped after coming down on July 14th, instead of splitting up their horses and having some on one side of the river and some on the other side, they decided they were going to keep all their horses that they had left all together on one side. So they're on the north side of the Platte River now, which we can see is just, I mean, a really good stone's throw away. And on the 14th, they had gotten unpacked and just started to cook, and they were enjoying their beautiful repast. And suddenly they were being attacked again for a second time, which is very unheard of. And I would speculate not exactly part of the Platte River Raids. It happens in the right time frame, but the signature of those attacks is not found in their second event. So this event occurs being different from the Platte River Raids because the people that are coming to attack them are being led by a white man. And so Dr. Rousseau, my third great-grandfather, notices that as they are heading after them. All the men are up on their horses and chasing after the attackers, and Wyatt Earp has been told, stay put. So Wyatt Earp's hanging out here, watching and guarding the women and children while his dad and a squad of men go after the Indians that are attacking. Dr. Rousseau looks through his marine glass or a telescope, or he was a land surveyor, so it's a very small telescope. He looks through that and he looks at the leader and he says, that leader's a white guy. This is not the same as what they had experienced on July 12 and what others had experienced in the area during the Platte River Raids. So they call out, hey, that one is a white guy, and he's leading the Plains Indians who are with him. So everyone focuses their attention on shooting and chasing after that one guy to take that leader down. And Nicholas Earp claims they maybe got him. He fell over, but he was probably tied to his horse or something. So he fell over and didn't fall off. And then once the team recognized, uh-oh, the leader got hit for sure, they all rallied, turned around, and chased off with him and left the Pella Company with no horses stolen that day. There's so many questions that I have about that, of that part of being part of a organized crime ring that was occurring in the area. There's a lot of archaeological evidence that supports that, and additional accounts happening that year of certain individuals going off and disappearing and then suddenly having horses and such. So there's a lot of questions, a lot of speculation. It's fun to speculate on that. But from what I understand, after that event, after the immigrants had gathered at Deer Creek Station and after the military had begun sending out expeditions to figure out what's going on, who's responsible, that crime organization or that crime ring probably was disbanded, because that was the last incident that I know about. And maybe they're out there. Maybe you've read a diary or an account that's later than that event. But that's the last event that I know about that happens out there. So I think maybe the guy that was organizing the crime ring, maybe he died, or maybe he decided this area's getting a little too hot. The military are crawling all over looking for anyone responsible, and they just said, we're done. We're not doing business anymore. I don't know. If you want to pick up where I left off in Immigrant Tales of the Platte River Raids, you're welcome to take a look at that, see all the evidence laid out and all those first-person accounts, and go one step further if you'd like. We can add a lot of theories on that. We can even get evidence to support various theories, but ultimately I think even what I believe is true today, there's still room as a historian to learn something new, to discover something new, to have more documents or letters appear, and we'll have to address those when those appear. And so I think they're just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I think that even the claims I make and the stuff that I write, there's definitely room to improve, extend, expand. I've had people call and email and tell me they had families that were on the trail at the same point that were probably also involved in the Platte River Raids. And boy, I wish I had known. I wish I'd known. There's clarifying information. Oh, photographs, things like that. I would have loved to have had, but at some point you just have to say, okay, or is it just write the book? Write the book. I can't, I'd be researching for another 10 years, potentially. So at some point I had to say, put the pencil down, write the book. But yeah, there's room to grow. There's room to continue the conversation, I think. Thanks for joining me. It's a beautiful view, yeah? Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm making B-roll. My goodness.
Can you date that stuff in here?
So sure, like that bra strap wouldn't have been in the 1800s because they didn't, or that garter and for garters.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it Labont or Labonte? I'm getting really confused now.
See, I say Labonte.
This whole stuff is hard to coordinate. All this, making it look like I have a cameraman behind us. It's crap. It's total crap, Larry. You're saying nothing?
I'm pouting.
Howdy. So,
you say pouting.
So my friend Larry thinks that there was some kind of structure to get
I don't
across.
mean structure. I think there probably was a sandbar or something that they was maybe able to cross here to go north.
In the last 150 years, where do you think that sandbar went?
Well, they shift every year. Probably down by North Platte, Nebraska now.
It's a theory.